At RNTS Media, we are addressing one of the key challenges of the mobile application space. Applications are being downloaded free of charge, and the publishers who create these applications need to monetize the traffic that they see on them. As the users do not pay for it, we create the connection to advertisers that will then eventually lead to the cash flow for the publisher by showing advertisements in the applications. The digital advertising market is seeing three major trends that are relevant today. Number one, the user has moved on from the more traditional spaces such as television as well as desktop internet to the mobile space, where the consumer doesn't spend the time anymore in the same way as it did on the desktop. 90% of the time is spent in app. That means in applications rather than being on the mobile web. There, the advertising needs to be delivered in different ways than it was delivered in any space before. The second big development is that users are consuming video rather than the more traditional advertising formats such as banner and interstitial. Video is a more complex and more demanding format, and those who can do it very well will win in that market. The third big trend is the trend towards programmatic and real-time bidding. This is probably the most relevant trend in this space because it allows advertisers to bid individually on each impression, i.e. each opportunity to show an ad to consumers at this very moment, and win that ad based on the data that is available about the consumer who is shown that ad. That is so relevant because it replaces very inefficient manual processes with very individualized programmatic, i.e. automated processes. RNTS Media has invested in all of these three trends during the last years. Number one, we are built for mobile. We are not moving from desktop to mobile. We have been built for that. Number two, our video is a world-leading video format, including rewarded video, which brings very strong engagement with customers. And number three, we have done two acquisitions during the last 18 months, Falk Real-Time as well as Inneractive, that address exactly this programmatic real-time bidding capabilities and now leads to the substantial growth of our company. Our strategy has always been based on making the publisher the most money from their user base. That means that we do everything to help the publisher understand their user base and monetize that user base to increase their revenue. We are creating services around that, and by making ourselves very relevant to the publishers, we are creating a pull factor to the advertisers so that the advertisers say we have to work with RNTS Media and its core brands, Fyber and Inneractive, in order to reach the end consumer. By doing this, through the publishers we're working with, we have, in the meantime, achieved more than 1 billion users on a monthly basis that we reach. We're delivering 15 billion monthly ad impressions, i.e. 15 billion opportunities to show an ad to customers and delivering those ads, and have delivered substantial growth over the last years. We have this year started with a goal that we were thinking was very ambitious. Considering the acquisitions that we had already targeted at the beginning of this year, i.e. HeyZap in San Francisco, as well as Inneractive out of Tel Aviv, we had provided guidance for more than 160 million euros in revenue and improved but still negative income. During the year, we have seen that especially in the programmatic real-time bidding space, The dynamics of revenue growth were just exceeding our expectations substantially. Therefore, after the acquisition of Inneractive in July, we have increased our guidance to more than 185 million euros in revenue and substantially improved EBITDA, but still negative. At that time, we had also introduced first-time guidance for 2017 of more than 240 million euros of revenue and break even on an EBITDA basis at the end of the year. Now, as we have consolidated our Q3 numbers just a few weeks ago, we saw that even that increased guidance was still conservative. We have therefore increased our guidance one more time for 2016 to more than 205 million euros in pro forma consolidated revenue. And we have actually said that we're going to break even on an EBITDA adjusted basis in Q4 this year, which is 1 year ahead of the previous schedule. We did not, however, increase our guidance for 2017 just yet, because we're still in the budget process and want to have full visibility before we revisit those numbers that we had given before. RNTS Media is a very interesting investment case for investors, as it is a strong growing company that is capitalizing on 3 mega trends in the advertising technology. Number 1, the move to the mobile, where we have built our technology for mobile. Number 2, the video, where we have built very strong, up-to-date video formats. And number 3, the programmatic real-time bidding technology, where we have done 2 acquisitions during the last 18 months to capitalize on that trend. We are a technology company with strong proprietary technology, with very strong integration into the publisher base, the producers of the applications, and strong links to the advertiser space as well. We reach more than 1 billion monthly active users and deliver more than 15 billion ad impressions on a monthly basis. That is the scale that is needed in order to be a leading player in that space. We have reached that scale and will grow further from there.